And when Shaykh Abdulkerim Efendi time also, Mubarak saying same thing all the time in the sohbets in this tariqat, when someone leave, always better one comes. More useful, more efficient coming. As you mentioned in the Maghrib time, Shaykh Abdulkerim Efendi was doing very special, specific, unusual things that people can't see. And he wailed from this world. And new Shaykh take over. And the people cannot put up with new Shaykh. And they used to stuck with Shaykh and these unusual visualized things, spiritual things, and then that behavior they stuck, they left. So when new Shaykh doing new stuff, and the Murids cannot put up with, how their best behavior has to be to hold on to this way.
I'll tell you what it is. You don't have to listen to the new Shaykh. Listen to the old Shaykh, what he says about the new Shaykh. Trust in him. He is the one who put it. If you say this new Shaykh, we don't accept him, you're saying then to the old Shaykh, you made a mistake putting him in. You're wrong. What if that old Shaykh is saying, follow this one, even if he makes mistakes, follow this one. There's no hole that is left open. Everything is covering. And those ones are still saying, I cannot follow. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt, that question for people to say that we are wrong. And so we're not 100%, yes. But when your ego is not checked, when you think you know better, and you're sitting there just judging, and you're not judging yourself, you're busy with someone else, then that time, the fire there is going to burn you from the inside. If Hazrat Ali Karamallahu Wajha is saying, don't find faults with your friends, otherwise you're not going to have any friend. Then what about us? So many people forget what new Shaykh, old Shaykh. So many people, they look at Shaykh Effendi. Oh, beginning, they love him so much. They say this. And then later, we see Shaykh Effendi doing this, or Shaykh Effendi poke them a little bit here to train them. They don't like it. And then they start criticizing him behind his back. And then they leave and they betray him. Once you do that, oh, this whole world is going to open up to say, you are correct, he is wrong. Let me give you all the reasons now. That time you're going to see all the shaitan circling around that one too. First, you have to know. Whose order is it? Shaykh Effendi's order. We need to follow. Maybe that one, like they say in our way, even if that one is not the way that you think it is so great, so good. What is our job, our duty? It is to follow. Like what the awliya say. Shaykh Effendi is saying this. Allah is ordering everything in creation to make sajda, sujud to Adam alayhi salam. Shaitan is using his intelligence, saying, well, what about this, what about this, what about this? But the order is from Allah. When he refused to, it's not about Shaitan that he has a problem with. He has a problem with Allah. He has a problem with Allah. Shaykh Effendi is saying, if Allah is saying, make sajda to a stone, you have to do it. Now people are going to say, oh, he's saying this, he's saying this. Make sajda to a stone. In fact, so many people, when they look at us facing the Kaaba, especially if we are in front of the Kaaba, so many people, especially if they are non-Muslims, they're saying, yes, you're making sajda to a stone, right? We're here, we're bowing down. In front of us is a wood. You're making sajda to wood, isn't it? Are we making sajda to the wood or to the stone? No, our sajda is only for Allah. But what is that? That is a qibla. That is a direction. You say you shouldn't have anything in front. Okay, you move that, move this. What's in front? The earth. What are you going to do? Move the earth? What's in front? The trees? You're going to remove everything? So people with no intelligence, they're going to judge according to what their eyes see instead of what the order is. And with that order, your heart is going to open and you will understand. Like what the angels, when they look at Adam alayhi salam, they understood. And they did not say, they are more intelligent than shaitan. They could have said to Allah too. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making them to say, why you are, not why like that, but you are creating mankind when he's going to make violence and do all sorts of wrong things in the earth. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is making the angels to say, because the angels in their fitrah, they never disobey. They are always in obedience. So, Allah making them to question, and Allah gave them most beautiful answer, saying, I know what you don't know. Isn't that enough? I know what you don't know. It looks as if it's like this. I say, oh, what do we know? He knows. Why is like this? Who put him there? This one. I don't know. He knows. In fact, that is the proper respect, proper adab that you should get when you are in the presence of a shaykh, especially in this way, and things that you don't understand. Your first attitude must be, I don't know anything, he knows. Not to say why. Shaykh Efendi says so many times, why it is forbidden. You say, I don't know, he knows. We ask Allah. When it's necessary, we will also know. But you know what? Knowledge comes with responsibility. It comes with responsibility too. So, all our wash-ups, most of it is about responsibility with the small things. But it's just like you have this huge machine, but what is not making that machine to work? It's because some speck of dust is here, some sand is there, some small part is stuck. We are like that. To remove that small thing, which you don't see, they see. You say, this is nothing. It's stopping up the whole machine. So, to answer your question about those who left too, which they will continue to leave. They're not the first, they're not going to be the last. So many, who knows what's going to happen to us. Those ones that were there, that they had left, they were also here last year or the year before. And we say, may we not betray. They also said, Amin. Can they blame Allah? No. But this ego is very tricky. This ego is worse than shaitan. This ego, it is inside of you. Once you start listening to that, you can't stop. Once you give way for that ego to whisper, to open the doors for shaitan to whisper, it's very difficult to close that now. So then we start judging. Yes.
You said, Mubarak said, today people, they only judging and they only believe whatever they see with their eye. So our iman is, we are believing Ghaib Alami, which is Jannat, Jahannam, Ahirat, Mizan, all that is gaib from gaib alam. We don't know, but that's our iman. We believe that that's going to happen. So can we say Murid has to believe his Shaykh that way? Don't say nothing but the Shaykh, the faith has to be that way?
I don't even know if people really believe that, because it's never been tested. We believe. Now we're talking about going deeper into tasawwuf. Amantu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi wa rusulihi wa yawmil akhir. And ya qadir, khair and shar. Our whole life is to prove that we believe in Allah. We believe in the angels. They exist. But do we have knowledge of them? Do we have experience of them? The best kind of knowledge is the knowledge that you experience. Have we experienced it? No. That's why that saint is saying to the muezzin, when he's saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, he says, you're a liar. They beat him up. They don't understand. He says, you're a liar. You say, I testify, there is no ilah but Allah. And that muezzin is saying that, and that mazub saint is saying, you are a liar. You've never witnessed Allah. How you can say? Now we're getting deeper into it. So, things that are, those things, they are not gaib. They exist. It is not unseen. It exists. We are the ones who are blind. Do you understand? People are saying gaib, it is unseen. It is there. But we're using these eyes. Once we start using these eyes, that doesn't become gaib anymore. Then your faith, you will understand what Jannat is, you understand what Jahannam is in this world. Then your understanding of Jannat and Jahannam, it is not Jannat, gold, couches, palaces, is not that. Your understanding of Jahannam, pain, burning, this, that, is not that too. Now you understand that everything is like to the heart. And that feeling, that understanding, you will say, give me the physical fire that is better than having this fire that is in my heart. What is Jahannam? It is separation. Separation from what? What is Jannat? But the rahmat of Allah. So what is Jahannam? To be separated from the rahmat of Allah. Then you will understand that does not become unseen to you anymore. In much the same way, yes, I know what you're trying to say. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you cannot also, it is hard, just to follow someone just by belief. There must be a proof. You cannot just follow anything blindly. In tariqat, you're not supposed to follow anything blindly. You ask. You want to know more. We're always asking the Prophet's advice, Prophet's prayer, alayhi salatu wasalam, Ya Rabbi, always increase me in my knowledge. Yes? So, it's hard to follow. I've never seen anyone following blindly, tell you the truth. Those who look as if they follow blindly, especially in the beginning, everything, everything is there, especially when there's so much showing it, I say, oh, something is going to happen. Those who are careful, then they're given more knowledge, they increase. They're still careful, they give it more. They're still afraid, they still tremble. They still tremble. The mountains, they tremble when Allah wants to give them the Quran. Yes? The Murids. Prophet ﷺ is the walking Quran. His representatives also. Now, the carefulness, not just to follow blindly, but the carefulness and understanding how heavy it is. So the carefulness, watching, serving, that must be with the Murid. Because it's difficult for someone just to follow blindly. Shaitan will say like this or like that. And the Shaykh will always do things that you don't understand, of course. The Shaykh is a teacher. The teacher is to teach things you don't understand. And the teacher is not only, the higher that you go, the teacher is not there to teach you something new. He's going to say, now whatever you've learned, you have to unlearn that. Teach you something completely different now. They're going to say, you study, you go to the college so many years, you have all that asas. Now they say, okay, you come to this level, the highest level, whatever you know, throw it out of your window. I'm going to tell you completely a different direction. That is how a lot of Murids, they are broken. They say how this can be. But this is just the attitude. If you have the proper attitude, then that time, you will always try to understand. And that understanding will always come to you. If not now, later. Because you're always trying to understand. What are you trying to understand? Who are you trying to know now? As I said earlier, our aim is to know Allah. Our aim is to know the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And our aim, in order to know Prophet and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is to know then that Bab, our Shaykh now. If you're not trying to understand that, it's very difficult for you now to go further. Those ones who rebelled against Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, they were Muslims. But they say we don't accept, we don't want to give zakat to you. We give zakat to the Prophet. You're not the Prophet. Why are you saying we have to give? You understand? Though that love is a big question mark. So how sure are we to say that we love the Shaykh now? How sure are we of our faith now? May we not be tested, inshallah. But may shaitan not fool us. If you are looking at your ego, that it is capable of anything and everything, it is capable of betrayal. Our ego, everyone's ego is. And you are busy with that, then you're always going to see this may happen, this may happen, this may happen. Stop here, stop here, stop here. You're not going to be so full or sure of yourself. No, I love it, it's okay. No. And then as much as work that you have to do, that much more tests they're going to give you. They may even break you down. They may even take away your love. What are you going to do then? That time, yes, maybe that time you can say, I just submit, I don't know anything. That time you say, I follow you blindly. But that is a different test. That is much difficult. You understand? Right now, we are not being tested, and we can say, yeah, I follow you blindly. Because we're given everything. Yes? So easy to say. What if everything is taken away from us? That time you're going to say, I follow you blindly? How many will there be? That's why we look at the Sahabi-Kiram, what they had to go through. This is not philosophy. This is not just talking about nice words, talking about this or that. It is feeling, it is understanding, it is the pain, watching your pain, watching your children's pain, your mother's pain, your father, your wife, and then to say, I follow you. Right now we're not tested with nothing, no. How can we even be sure then of our love that is true? Then, small tests that come here and there, we must make it to be a big deal. You understand? Like this. You're not going through starvation. But if you really want to know that and feel that gratitude, then in situations where you want to eat and everything that you want, maybe some things are not there on time, this and that, that's the time where you're going to have more patience and you're going to say, Alhamdulillah, shukr. And that time you don't need starvation. Astaghfirullah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.